What is going on, everybody in the audience? Hope you guys are doing well. It's your boy Jupinus, and we're back today with another video. Um, a few hours back, I finished recording my 2024 handheld collection video. Finished uploading that, and I'm still awake. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm not tired. My sleeping schedule is absolutely all over the place. So I'm probably gonna get sleepy in like 2 hours. My wife's asleep, dog's asleep. I was like, well, why not make another YouTube video, right? So today, in this video, if you guys remember in my last video, I went over all of my different handhelds that I own, spoke about why I like them, spoke about how I got them, spoke about why I play them, right? What purpose they serve in my life. If you guys remember clearly, in that video, I specifically stated that I didn't want to go too much into the 3DS XL, and that's for the simple fact that I wanted to leave my new Nintendo 3DS XL for a separate video. I feel, personally, strongly about this, that the Nintendo 3DS deserves its own video. Now, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I can sit here and make a separate one video dedicated to the 3DS XL. I can sit here and dedicate a whole video to the Game Boy Advance. I can sit here and dedicate a whole video to the Nintendo DS Lite. But the reason why I don't want to do that, and I'm not going to do that, right? Unless you guys ask for it, that's no problem. If you guys want it, ask for it. I have no problem doing that. But the reason why I, naturally, just out of my own will, won't do that voluntarily, is because I feel like, and this is just this is absolutely my opinion. Out of all of the Nintendo handhelds that have ever released, honestly, and out of all the handhelds, period, bottom line, that have ever released, including, the PSP, including the PS Vita, out of all of the systems that have ever released, I don't think that there's ever been a system or handheld that has been released that is as reliable, dependable, and as versatile as the new Nintendo 3DS XL. I feel very strongly about that, and that's not just because it's not just because it's bigger, it's not just because it has more features. The new Nintendo 3DS XL and the 3DS, the 3DS in itself, right? In its early days, in its early life, it wasn't the greatest of systems. I have here my original 3DS Flame Red that I got for my birthday, 10 years ago. It's been with me ever since. I haven't really shown it a lot of love in the last couple of years, right? Because, I just didn't really care for it that much. I cared about it enough to keep it and take care of it, but I just didn't care about it enough to, play it all the time. But what at the beginning of the lifespan of the 3DS, they retailed it at, I think, $200+. I don't know the exact pricing, but it wasn't a price that deserved being that high. The Nintendo 3DS, Nintendo, after a few months, they lowered the price on these bad boys, and they made it more accessible to everybody. The Nintendo 3DS, the line of Nintendo 3DS systems it's extremely vast. They came out with the 3DS, original 3DS. After the original 3DS, they came out with the Nintendo 3DS XL, which was this exact system, just bigger, right? They did remove the gloss, they did remove the glass, or if that is glass, whatever. They did remove it, and they made it more of a matte finish, more plasticky, I guess you could say. And yeah, they made the screen 90% bigger. That's how they advertised it. It's a 90% bigger screen. And yeah, I mean, it had the same internals that this one had, just it was bigger. After that, they released the Nintendo 2DS. And the Nintendo 2DS was, it's if you ask me, the funniest, right? The goofiest handheld that's ever been released. This handheld was more of a budget handheld. I think they priced it at $85. It had no 3DS, right? The Nintendo 3DS is known for, it has 3D. Do people actually use the 3D when they play the 3DS? I don't think so. I know that I don't. And I know that everybody else that I know that has a 3DS, they don't use the 3D on it. They just play the games in regular 2D. So the Nintendo 2DS was released and was targeted more towards little kids. Because of number one, there was no 3D. The 3D, there had been multiple complaints that the 3D was hurting people's eyes and bothering them, and including children. So they said, okay, let's remove the 3D, let's butcher that, let's get that out of the way. And not only did they eliminate that, but they eliminated the entire hinge system. So there was no open and close. So the Nintendo 2DS was just a big old brick, right? I like to call it the doorstop because literally you can grab it and wedge it between the floor and a door, and it'll hold the door. It's shaped like a wedge. It's ridiculous. It's huge, it's enormous. It played all your 3DS games, no problem. It had the same components that the Nintendo 3DS had. It just didn't have 3D, and it had no hinges. It was a lot more rugged. You could drop it and throw it, and it was fine, right? It was targeted towards children, and children tend to be a little more rough with things than teenagers and adults. So, after they released the Nintendo 2DS, they released and, made it public that Nintendo was going to release a new set of Nintendo 3DS systems. And they were called exactly that, the new Nintendo 3DS. Why didn't they call it something else, the Nintendo 3DS 2 or Nintendo 3DS Advance? I mean, that would have been a dope name, the Nintendo 3DS Advance. Like, that's sick, right? Or Super Nintendo 3DS, right? I guess I can understand why you wouldn't want to call it the Super Nintendo 3DS. I mean, but you get the idea. It's an easier way to distinguish one generation of 3DS systems from another generation of 3DS systems. So they ended up calling this new line of systems the new Nintendo 3DS line of systems. They first released the new Nintendo 3DS, which was a little bigger than the original 3DS. It had a bigger screen. It had better specs, internal specs. It had better performance. But not only that, but they added the C-Stick, and it's a little nipple nub that I'm going to show you guys here in a little bit. And it gave functionality to a couple of games, not all of them. And they also added two more shoulder buttons, which is the ZL and ZR buttons, which we know more so to be on the Nintendo Switch. So they added all these things. It had a bigger battery, obviously. One of the cool features about the Nintendo 3DS, the regular one, is that you were able to hot swap the faceplates. There was faceplates on the front and on the back, and you were able to swap them out with whatever faceplates you had available. You were able to pick these up back then, and you were able to, swap them out. Or if you had a friend and he had a faceplate that you wanted and he had one you wanted, right, or that they wanted, swap them, put them on, easy as that. And it was a really cool way to customize your 3DS. Really cool way to customize your 3DS XL, which is super cool. But after they released the new Nintendo 3DS, they released the new Nintendo 3DS XL. And with the Nintendo 3DS XL, they also released the new Nintendo 2DS XL. The new Nintendo 2DS is the same exact thing as the new Nintendo 3DS, except the Nintendo 2DS didn't have any 3D. Obviously, it had the same internal, same power, same battery. It had same performance improvements as the new Nintendo 3DS XL and the regular new Nintendo 3DS, but it didn't have any 3D. There's a cover right here. You have to open that flap to get into the game cartridge. Which is, I don't really like that design. Not only that, but the 3DS, the new Nintendo 2DS XL, if you look at pictures of it and videos of it, the top screen just looks absolutely like a phone. I don't like that. And they also put the speakers on the bottom of the system, which is completely contradictory to what Nintendo has always done. For the Game Boy Advance, the speaker was on the front-facing, front face panel. For the Nintendo DS Lite, the speakers were on the top screen facing you. For the Nintendo 3DS, speakers right here facing me. For the Nintendo 3DS XL, speakers facing me. But for some reasons which I do not know, Nintendo decided to just place them on the bottom of the system. But that's enough for the history lesson today. I wanted to show you guys today my 3DS XL, my new Nintendo 3DS XL. I want to show you what I've done to it, what I have on it, what I've played on it, and just give you an honest review of this system. I think this system's about 7 years old. I know this system's 10 years old for sure. I think this bad boy's 7 years old. I bought this system secondhand at my local game store. Funny story, I'm not going to go in depth with the story, but long story short, in my previous video I went in depth with the story, but long story short, I sold a bunch of my Pokemon cards. I had enough to buy this and buy 2 games alongside with it. And, well, I picked up this case for it because I did want to protect it. I started finding out and started learning that the red 3DS specifically has, a problem where the paint starts to come off. And, well, I like the red. I like the paint on this. I don't want it to turn all black. I just simply like the paint. So I bought this clear case for it, threw it on there. Does a really good job. The current game I have in here is Mario Kart 7. Busted it out a couple of days ago. But yeah, so I do have this, I have modded this 3DS. I do have custom firmware and homebrew running on this thing. I have Luma 3DS running on here. I've got God Mode 9 set up. So I ultimately have an absolute beast of a system right here. So Nintendo did a great job with this system. Let's get into what I have. So once you open up the 3DS, you're greeted to a wonderful Link Between Worlds theme with a wonderful, nice little chime, little song from Zelda. And I absolutely love this theme. Absolutely one of my favorite themes. I'm going to lower the volume on that because I do not want it to be extremely loud. But this is what's on my 3DS XL. I have modded it. It was fun modding this thing. They're super easy to mod. If you want to mod your own 3DS, I recommend visiting 3ds.hacks.guides. The people over there do such a good job. I was able to hack my own 3DS on my own with no issues. Both of my 3DSs, actually, my original 3DS and my new Nintendo 3DS XL, their instructions are word for word. You cannot mess up, right? You cannot mess up. There's people that make guides on this and video guides. Do not follow those video guides. Things change all of the time. There are video guides on how to hack your 3DS that are 2 years old, and they are obsolete. Nintendo released an update, I think, in 2019 for this thing, right? That tried to go against these hacking, benefits. But the community is awesome, and they figured out all of these things. So, I've used this system a pretty decent amount over the last couple of months. Like I said, I have in my cartridge, I have Mario Kart 7. Obviously got my system settings here. Here I decided to, I didn't want to have all the clutter on my home screen. And when I say clutter, I mean like just the regular, apps that the 3DS comes with. I've got my activity log, Nintendo Zone, all of these, etc. apps that 3DS comes with. I don't really use it. I'm not really going to use them. I also have at the end of this folder, I have my Nintendo eShop. Now, some of you may ask, well, Jupinus, why do you have your Nintendo eShop at the very end of your system apps folder? And I'm gonna answer that question truthfully, honestly, and humbly. Okay, I basically did not know that after you hack your 3DS and you start to download games onto your 3DS using using the H-Shop, I learned that if you open up the Nintendo eShop, you run the risk of voiding the licenses on a couple of the games that you have, keeping you from being able to play those games. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a huge supporter of this, of downloading games like this. I like to buy my own games. I like to purchase my own things. My Nintendo Switch, everything that I have for it, I have purchased it myself. I have not hacked anything. I have not done anything, illegally on that system. The Nintendo 3DS no longer has support from Nintendo. You can't go on the Nintendo eShop and buy a game. You can go on Nintendo eShop, but you can't buy anything. If you had purchased things in the past, you can re-download them, but you can no longer go on their eShop and purchase things. And pretty soon, they're going to shut down support for their online games. And so, hacking the 3DS is something that Mutahar, specifically, I don't know if you guys know who, some Ordinary Gamers is, but Mutahar said something that stuck with me. And he was like, the morality outweighs the legality of this. There are so many amazing titles that came out for the Nintendo 3DS that the only way to play them and have access to those games is hacking your 3DS. I mean, there are games that you can't find. They don't even sell 3DS games at the stores anymore. You have to buy them from a second-hand store or a third party. And at the end of the day, there are games that cost so much money that, you wouldn't even be able to get your hands on those games. So how are you supposed to play all of these games? And my answer to that is just hack your 3DS. It's the moral thing to do. I mean, it's an amazing system. Here in this folder, I have my custom firmware apps. I've got a Universal Updater, the Homebrew Launcher, FBI, FTPD, Checkpoint, Anemone. I forgot the name of this one. H-Shop, and PKSM. So just a quick overview of everything. Universal Updater is like a store for homebrew. You can go on Universal Updater. There's homebrew games, homebrew applications. You can download them there. The Homebrew Launcher is that exactly. You can launch homebrew apps from the Homebrew Launcher. FTPD is a cloud. It's a file manager that allows you to connect to your computer and wirelessly transfer files, which is really cool. FBI is it's a file manager application. You can install CIAs, and you can delete or move files, which is really cool. Checkpoint is a save data application. I haven't really used it much, but I hope I can in the future. Anemone is a 3DS theme manager. That's how I got my Zelda theme that I have on now. This, although I don't know the name to it, this is just a simple, a little homebrew application that somebody made. You launch it up, and every time you launch it up, it'll give you 300 of those coins up here. So I've got 292. You can open it up and it'll give you 300. The H-Shop is the eShop alternative. H-Shop, you load it up, you have access to all of the games that have ever released on the 3DS, all of the regions, all of the videos, all of the demos, anything and everything that was ever released for the 3DS is on the H-Shop. And PKSM is a Pokemon homebrew application that allows you to just add Pokemon to your games, or change the stats of your Pokemon, and it's a pretty cool app. I used it once only so I can get some of the event Pokemon for Omega Ruby, and that's the only time that I've used it. On my 3DS though, I've got here Pokemon Bank and Poke Transporter. I haven't used them a lot, but I downloaded them because I did want to try them out. I've got Twilight Menu Plus, which is obviously for anything and everything Nintendo DS games. I do have Twilight Menu Plus Plus, even though I don't see myself playing Nintendo DS games on here. I downloaded just for the heck of it. I mean, I've got my own Nintendo DS, and if I did want to play a DS game, I'll just play it on my DS Lite. I've got Flipnote Studio 3D. I remember having fun times on this application on the DSi. Me and my brother used to come up with the craziest, funniest freaking flip notes, and I just, for nostalgia reasons, downloaded it again. I've got Luigi's Mansion, which I have not played yet. I'm looking forward to playing it. I started it, but I didn't. I only got like 5 minutes into the game. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, awesome game. So I hear. I'm excited to play that. Pokemon Omega Ruby. I've put a decent amount of time into this game. When I say decent, I mean like 50, 60 hours max. I've done a lot of this game. Pokemon Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, Omega Ruby. Honestly, I think they are my favorite Pokemon games. I think my number one favorite Pokemon game is Heart Gold. I had a blast playing that, but after that, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, they're just great games. Got Mario Luigi Superstar Saga plus Bowser's Minions, The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. I'm excited to play this game. A lot of people say this is the best Zelda ever made. I've got The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D, a game that I have not played, but I'm looking forward to playing. Hyrule Warriors Legends. So for Hyrule, I put a lot of time into. I beat this game. It's a great game. One thing I'm gonna say, it's absolutely repetitive. If you guys don't like repetitiveness in games, if you guys, want things to be different every once in a while, I wouldn't really recommend this game. If you're okay with repetitiveness and you're just more so in it for the story and for the beat 'em up of it, I definitely recommend this game. This game is, I love this game. Really good game. I beat it. I didn't really, after I beat it, I didn't really put any more time than I needed to put into it. But I definitely want to pick up Hyrule Warriors for the Nintendo Switch, the one that's based on Breath of the Wild. I absolutely had a blast with this game. Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D. I'm looking forward to playing that. Gotta have Tetris. I've got Tetris on my Game Boy. I've got Tetris on my RG35XX. I've got Tetris on my DS. I've got Tetris on my 3DS. Tetris is a go-to game. You can never go wrong with Tetris, and it's a great game. I've got Fire Emblem Warriors. It's another Warriors game. I haven't really played it yet, but I assume that if Hyrule Warrior was good, then Fire Emblem Warriors has to be good too, right? You can only hope. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. I did research, and I wanted to play a Monster Hunter game. I've never played one before, but after doing extensive research, I heard that the best Monster Hunter on the 3DS is 4 Ultimate, so I plan on playing that one day. I've got Animal Crossing New Leaf, the Welcome Amiibo version of it. I played this game for like a week and a half straight. I have not loaded into my town in like a month and a half, so all my villagers are probably gone. I gotta literally check up on them. Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D. Donkey Kong Country Returns is a great game. I played it originally when it came out on the Wii, but I loved it so much I was like, yeah, I gotta download this game. Mario Party the Top 100 is just a mini game. I've put a lot of time into this. F1 2011, I really didn't play this game. I tried it out, but I only downloaded it because I'm an F1 fan. I'm not going to really play this game. It's just there just because. The Dungeon, or Dungeon, whatever. I accidentally downloaded this game and left it on here. So I have no idea what this game's all about. I've got Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater 3D. I downloaded this because I had just finished playing Metal Gear Solid 1 on the PlayStation 1, and I was like, what's the next game? What's the next game in the series? And I guess in terms of release date, Snake Eater came next, so I decided I'm just gonna play the 3D version of it. I've got Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate. I downloaded this because my buddy downloaded it on his 3DS. When I modded his 3DS, he downloaded it and told me it was a good game. I'm a huge fan of the Batman Arkham games. He was like juping this. He was like, dude, this game is literally, it's like a 2D version of the Arkham games. I mean, I was like, I'm down for that. And I've got a couple of virtual console retro games here, man. I got just the Pokemons, Pokemon Red, Pokemon Gold, Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Yellow, Pokemon Crystal, Pokemon Silver, and classic Tetris, because you can never go wrong with Tetris. One of the games that I haven't, I don't know if you guys know, but the wonderful people in the 3DS community have come out with what's it called? The virtual console. Yeah, the VR Nintendo headset. These amazing, talented people found out a way to emulate that, and they use the 3DS's functionality in the 3D to give it that 3D depth. And I have not had the chance yet to do that and to emulate that yet, and I will, because I hear amazing things from it, and there are so many good games that have come out for the virtual console that I absolutely have to try out. Yeah, that's it, man. That's it, guys. That's it for my Nintendo 3DS XL video. This is everything that I have on it. I do have some more games I want to download, but if you guys got any game recommendations that you guys want me to try out, let me know. Leave it in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think of the Nintendo 3DS XL. What do you think about the Nintendo 3DS line of systems in general? Which one's your favorite? Is the Nintendo 3DS XL, specifically the new line of systems, are they the best handhelds that Nintendo's ever released? Right? People say that it's the Switch. The Switch is a hybrid. The Switch is a mix between handheld and home console. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you guys think the Nintendo 3DS XL is the best system that ever released? If not, why? And if not, what system do you think is the best handheld that Nintendo released, or in general? If you guys think the PSP is better than the 3DS, let me know why. I really love to know what you guys think. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed my Nintendo 3DS XL tour. What's on my Nintendo 3DS in 2024. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. If there's any other system you guys want me to go in depth with, in terms of the systems that I have, feel more than free, feel more than welcome to request it. I have no problem making videos for you guys. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and God bless every single one of you, and I'll see you guys in the next one.